All right. You guys see me all right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So my story begins, I was in high school, I think it was about 17, 18. Picture this, right? I'm with my friends. It's about 1 a.m. in the morning. We're driving home from Salt Lake. I grew up in Bountiful, so we're driving back home to Bountiful. If you're familiar with that area, you kind of come from Salt Lake and you go through this section where there's a refinery and a quarry, and it's kind of dark, right? So we're coming around the mountain, and it's 1 in the morning. You see the sky suddenly it's like lit up, right? Pitch black from where it is in Salt Lake. So we get close to Bountiful. The sky is like lit up. We see vibrant colors in the sky. A minute goes by and we're like, what is that, right? So we're talking and kind of the excitement kind of builds, and we're like, is this going to be the moment where we see like aliens or something crazy and unexplainable? So like I've never seen anything unexplainable, so I'm like super hyped, super excited, right? So we get around the mountain, we get close to Bountiful. As we get closer, right, the whole sky is lit up. It's 1 in the morning. We get closer and we see there's a telephone pole that has a transformer on it, and it is just like exploding, it's shooting sparks, and it's if you've ever seen like electrical flares, right? They get very, very bright. So what was happening was it was the colors from that and the brightness were reflecting off low-lying cloud cover. So it was essentially bright the whole sky. I have never in my life been so disappointed. I was super hyped. I thought I was going to see something amazing. We saw that. It's like complete letdown. Okay, that's the end of the night. And then to this day, I have still never seen anything that's unexplainable, which is unfortunate because that stuff is really exciting to me.
That was awesome.
That was a throwback. That was a long time ago.
Well done.
Oh, so I'll critique. I think for me, I maybe needed to add some more. I think I did a lot of repetition of some of the interesting parts, which might be good, but I think that was because it was mostly filler, right? I think the fundamental story is very, very simple. And I think I needed to round out the story with maybe a little bit more of the situation beforehand, and or connect it to something a little bit more timely then. And then I don't know that I had the best body mannerisms the whole time. I don't know what else to say. So that's me.
I thought so in terms of like your structure, I thought it was you're really good. Like I liked that you very early on in the story, you start the suspense, and then you don't get to it right away, and there wouldn't have been any suspense. So having that filler, I think you did a really good job with that. I think it worked well for your story.
I like the suspense as well. My only addition would have been in the beginning, prior to noticing it was the transformer, maybe adding details that other people could have latched onto, because we've all, I think relatively speaking, been on a night hike or been on a walk at night and have come across something. It might not be anything close to that, or just seen something. And so filling in little details to bring us up to that point might have been beneficial. But as Jackson said, it was definitely suspenseful.
Yeah, I think I could have built on the initial suspense and kind of like gave you a little bit of tidbits instead of just being like, oh, and I got there and there's a transformer. I think that's very good feedback.
Well, I really liked it. I thought it was great. Just the images of like little aliens coming out of the sky or something. I was super excited. And I think that, this kind of story, you don't have like an hour or, 5 minutes to talk about a lot of details. So, that's part of the problem is you're trying to make everything short and concise. But I thought you did a great job. I really liked it. I thought it was really fun. So I don't have really, what these guys said I thought was great. And I would love to have heard more about the context of it. But of course, in this setting, you couldn't really do that. But I thought it was great.
Thanks.
Maybe I should take my comment back, Russ, because Dallin does make a very good point. given the time constraint, maybe the lack of detail is what allows someone to want to know more, and therefore for your story to be told in depth at a different time. And that's what makes a good 2-minute story. So, maybe that's something.
I think that's only valid if I'm trying to argue for a better grade or something. Outside of that,
We'll take it, bud. Take the credit.
Oh, I feel bad. I forgot to mute myself when I started laughing. So you're gonna have laughing in the middle of your recording.
I think that's good because normally you tell a story in front of an audience. Sometimes there's a crying baby. Sometimes Down's talking.
Right.